Welcome back to some Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on our very rainy island of Fawnhollow today? What day is it today? Thursday? Yeah? I'm trying to think if we... Yeah, it's Thursday, right? So, we're expecting some guests. We haven't had Red for... Did we have Red last week? I actually can't remember. I don't know. The days are blowing together. But what we're going to be doing on this rainy day is continue working on our rainbow trail. Maybe we should lay down transparent designs to block off a trail from producing more flowers, but I don't know. Hello there everyone, right now in Fawnhallow it's 4:14 PM on Thursday, October 8th, 2020. No news to report today. Have yourself a wonderful Thursday, or as I like to call it, Friday Eve. The weekend's so close I can almost taste it. Well then, Isabel, signing off. Thank you, Isabel. As we'll go about our day, moving flowers apparently is all we're doing, and then we'll move some equivalencies on the other side, but doesn't make sense. My fashion target Sweetkins. Oh my gosh, check this outfit. I saw it and thought that would look fab on Sweetkins, so I bought it for you because everyone should have a fashion consultant. Your fashionista, Audie. Thank you, Audie. I forgot to clear out my inventory again. Sorry, my what's the word? You know the word with the mailbox. There we go. A raincoat. Ah, because it's raining today. An ancient administrator hat. Ah, that makes sense. We've got a lot of things in our inventory. Is Red our visitor? Red is not a visitor. Presumably then someone... could be Flock or CJ. I think we had CJ last week though, so it's probably not CJ. I can't think of any other visitors who it would be though. Because we had LaBelle. We're going to just sell the raincoat because we have quite a few raincoats. Never mind, we have a lot of things on our storage, so we're gonna take things out of storage. Probably we got far too many pumpkins. Yeah, we got way too many pumpkins. We probably only need about 100 or so, is my guess. Maybe even 50 would do fine. Yeah, we can take some more out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's leave 60 in there. That should be more than enough. We probably don't need all these fruits as well, to be honest. All these stacks of fruits. Sell them as well. Make up some room. Get rid of his hardwood. Probably don't need as much iron. Nor these many wasps' nests. Alright. Make sure we put this Libra fragment away. We missed the Virgo fragments because I didn't wish upon any stars during the month of Virgo. Or the astrology section of Virgo. I don't know what you call it. It's not really a month, but you know what I mean. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Oh, we got Kix. Oh, do you think Kix has probably got Halloween stuff? We might as well have a look. See if he's got anything. Impish Wings. Yes, he most certainly does. Oh wait, Impish Wings comes to 1,000 bells. You're buying? He's probably got a Cockney accent. I can't do a Cockney accent. You want a bottle of water? Very much obliged. I appreciate your business, my chum. Anything else you want to buy? I can't tell if he's got other new things as well. I don't recognise a lot of these other things, but I also don't talk to Kix all that much. I'll get some Impish Wings and going then. Are these Halloween outfits? This must be a Halloween outfit. Power Boots. I've never seen that before. Is that going to be like Master Chief? Oh, it's probably going to be Samus. Yeah, Samus. That makes sense. She's got like the power suit. Was it called like the starts with V or something. Paw slippers. I think you can get. I'm pretty sure you can get those at Able Sisters. So, not too. Excuse me, bigger deal. Isn't it a bit weird? You can get shoes on Able Sisters and Kix. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to talk about today. I didn't really think of anything. Should we just continue? You know what we were talking about last time when I was talking about the maths competitions. We can talk about that. I can talk about maths challenges for ages because I did so many when I was younger. Now, before you're all just like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't want to sit here and just listen to someone talk about maths for ages. Just hear me out, alright? It's not that bad. As I concentrate on what I'm selling here because I can't think and talk at the same time, apparently. Whoa, that's a lot of money. Maths competitions, I mean, you might not like maths, which is fair enough if you don't like it. But, the actual competitions are kind of interesting. From a perspective of they take the curriculum, as you know it, and then do a little spin and make it all about puzzles, not puzzles, but like problems to solve and stuff. Which is, you know, it's pretty fun. It's a lot more fun than doing maths in high schools, which is very like routine and stuff. You sort of be like learn formula, apply formula over and over and over again. It's when you get to higher levels, it gets a bit more interesting and philosophical, and also a lot harder, mind you. A lot of it goes over my head when you get to that sort of stage. But no worries. Math challenges. Anyway, I'm not even sure when we started. Because our primary school, they probably didn't have many people who are actually surprisingly good at maths or anything. So there weren't really any maths challenges we really did. I did one in year 6, which was the last year of primary school for UK. Did we move the Jacob's ladders? Oh, yes, we missed something, didn't we? We missed out of white lilies and the white cosmoses. Okay, we'll go grab some white cosmoses from somewhere. Yeah, we did one in year 6, and I remember it because I don't know why I remember this. I got one question wrong in it, and I remember the question I got wrong. It showed us a shape. It was a parallelogram with like a zigzag down the middle, and then it coloured like the left half of a parallelogram, like 2 of the sides blue, and then the other 2 sides in red, such that they shared a corner. So like the 2 corners, I suppose, and then they coloured in the zigzag like purple or something. And they were like, which of these lengths is longer, the length of the red side, the blue side, or are they the same, or something like that. And I said, I can't remember, I think I randomly guessed one of the sides, and then I thought about it afterwards, and I was like, no, they're the same. Because the edges are the same. Oh, look at all our pumpkins. The edges are the same length, and the diagonal they share was the same distance. And I was like, no, I'm a fool. Oh well, what can you do? Obviously that doesn't really matter now anyway. But that was good enough for gold. If you don't know the award systems, there's like gold, silver, bronze. Well, actually that's not entirely true, because some different classifications, some of the later tests have like merit awards and stuff instead. For whatever reason, I don't know. We just randomly decided to switch up, and we're gonna have to start doing a rainbow trail on the other side now, I believe. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it might cut into the pumpkin patch. Oh no, we had to start moving these purple flowers, that's right. We'll do that first. Actually, we should customize the shovel, because I think it's going to break somewhat soon. So we had that. Got my gold award, or whatever. And apparently, it was meant to be like, I was meant to go to like a further round or something. Because these mathematical tests are kind of, the ones in secondary school at least, are used as a selection criteria for going into the UK maths team. Because if you don't know, there's an international maths Olympiad every year. Actually, the results came out pretty recently for this year, which I believe it was done remotely because, you know, pandemic situation. Pandemic alone. Yeah, I don't know what the primary school ones are for actually. Maybe they're just there for fun. Maybe we should clear out the pumpkins first, because I believe I read somewhere that they only grow 3 times and then they're done. Oh, never mind, apparently not. Who knows what I'm talking about. So we'll sell all the orange and yellow ones because we got enough of those, but we'll pick all of them nonetheless, and if we had to get rid of some of them, that's fine. We don't need all that many. We can get rid of these fencings as well, because these will need to be moved. So yeah, there's meant to be a further round, I believe, about a primary school one that I did in year 6. Never did it. We never heard anything back from our teacher about it. I didn't even ask because I didn't really care. I just assumed she never sent it off because it was like an okay primary school. It wasn't like a private school where people are like a highly academic school where people, well, I guess the teachers would be used to that sort of thing, but oh well, doesn't really matter. Now anyway, secondary school is when I started doing much more math Olympiad stuff. Like, oh actually no, you know what I should talk about, because the year 5 team math challenge, that was the thing. I don't know, my local area, did I already talk about it? We won. We went to the regionals. Sorry, so we went to like the very local one where it was like only the top team or top 2 teams could make it through. I don't really remember. I can't remember too much of the questions. I remember one round, it was like a memorization round, where two of your teams, teams of 4, the two of your teams went up to like one of like an invigilator, and they held up like a piece of paper, and it was like a grid of, I can't quite remember what it was in the qualifying stage, but it was like basically a grid, and it had, actually I think it had different symbols in every single grid, and then like numbers of each end, I mean like all the columns summed up to the number at the end of a column, and the rows summed up. Oh, my pockets are full. Let's bury it again. And then from that, you could basically try, the point was to try and work out how much, I think the value of each symbol or whatever. And then once the two seen it and memorized it, they had to go back to their other two team members and describe it to them so that they could draw it out and answer the question. Except for, you know, it wasn't, that's like how you do it in theory. What really happened is we memorized it, and then we started describing it, and then the people we were describing it to didn't quite understand what we were doing, so I was just like, whatever, just let me draw it, who cares? Which is not against the rules. Mind you, it wasn't like it was strictly enforced though. You must describe it, you must draw it, that sort of thing. It was just like what was most convenient for us. Yeah, that looks right. So that's the only round I can remember. I'm trying to think of any other rounds. There's definitely like some sort of just like normal questions, but they're not interesting. Very, very bog standard, so they clearly didn't stick around in my memory. I remember our teacher was very excited though when we won that like local competition. She was like, I knew you could do it. Which is weird, because this teacher, she had a reputation for like absolutely flying off the handle, like getting angry, but she was also very like passionate. She wasn't like a horrible person, obviously, but she had a reputation for getting very angry, so it was weird to see her so happy, I guess. In retrospect, I know now, she was probably just a very emotional person. But oh my god. Wow, okay. That should be another conversation with primary school teachers. None of them were bad, they were just different. She was a very passionate teacher, shall we say. Anyway, not the point. She was nice. I won't mention her name, obviously. Yeah, yeah, she was ecstatic. I don't know. She was just like, I knew you could do it, and then I think she gave us like each like a chocolate bar or something. Which, you know, at the time I didn't really think much of it, but you know, knowing how teachers treated, she probably bought that with her own money. I was just like, you know, had a treat ready just in case, you know, if the kids don't do that well or whatever. So it's very nice. We had I think this is a classic dairy milk chocolate bar. Anyway, I really can't remember any other rounds from that quiz. They also had a thing where you had to answer, like, you had to put your hand up to answer the question as soon as it appeared on the board. Except for most people didn't just put their hand up immediately this time, so I think I actually got like in pretty early with some of them. It was basically the equivalent of a buzzer. Except for the buzzers, you know, they judge it by eye. So that was pretty cool. We made it through regionals, and we were like, wow, hey, we did pretty sick. Sorry, that was like locals, and then we went into regionals, because I think it was only county-wide for competition. I don't know, it was a lot of schools now I think about it. Maybe it was, but no, there's no way it was the whole of UK. We would have absolutely lost to a private school or something. But I don't know. Anyway, not the point. What was the point? I don't really remember what my point was. That was good fun. But when we made it to nationals, which was crazy, because I remember it took place in like a university lecture hall or something. And I remember us getting there and being like, whoa, what is this place? It's like we're in a theatre or something. But because if you ever want to just place in like one of the schools, like one of the primary schools, like hall or something, I don't really know, like cafeteria, I guess. You know, I must think it must be pretty sad for that school. If everyone's hosting it and then they just get like demolished. Why do I also feel like we won by 1 point in the locals? I don't actually know. I don't know if that's true or not. Anyway, so we went to the regionals, which is what I'm calling it. I don't know if it was regionals, maybe it was nationals. I don't know if I got an old picture of it sitting somewhere, but I probably do somewhere. I just won't be able to find it again, and I don't care that much. See, I already talked, I don't know, if you want to hear about some of the previous rounds, watch a previous video, I suppose. I talked about estimation rounds. I don't know. I was pretty good at maths at the time, but shout out to my team. They're also pretty good. I remember there's one distinct round. I remember what it basically was. They displayed like 3 boxes on the left, and then like something like add, plus, or times, and then 3 boxes on the right, and then equals, and then 3 more boxes. So there's like 9 boxes in total, and each of those sets of 3 boxes had like 1 number in them, or like a couple numbers in them. And what you're meant to do is you're meant to basically work out the 3-digit numbers in that would make the sum work. So for example, it'd be like 1 blank blank plus blank 6 blank equals 2 8 3. I mean, that doesn't have a unique solution now I think about it, but still. So I guess I must have had 2 numbers in every single one, or whatever. And I remember looking at it, and my brain just didn't understand, like, what the problem was. And I was like, I don't understand what you're doing. And I remember my friend, who was on the team, he was my best friend at the time. He was like, give it to me. He was like, give the paper to me. I've got this. And when he just answered the questions of that one. There was a lot of jokes every time. I'm like, oh, dear doesn't understand this one. What's going on? She's terrible. And I just remember at the time I was just like, what is going on? And then it was on the final question, I looked at it and I was like, oh, I understand this problem now. At the time I was probably like, oh man, I can't believe I couldn't perfectly answer every question. Now I'm just like, that's hilarious. Put me in my place, I suppose. Not that I was like being over cocky or anything, I was just mostly confused at the time. I was like, I really don't understand what we're meant to do with this problem. Sorry about that little interruption there. What was I talking about then? Must have been is that math challenge? Team math challenge? I don't really remember. Oh yeah, it was a part where I didn't understand one. I also remember that we should probably check out April's sisters to see if what their costume is for today. Yeah, I know, it's pretty cool. Good experience, I suppose. I'm trying to think what else happened. I remember we sat like right at the back, basically. Get a nice overview of everyone from the top. No, we didn't cheat. All the teams were spaced out and offset, so that wouldn't happen. We're far too honest for it anyway. What did happen? What other rounds were there? There must have been more cool rounds. I think I already talked about the cool rounds in the previous episode, though. Is there no Halloween stuff? What? You don't have Halloween costumes to sale? Is it because Kix is here? If you're intimidated. Right, we'll take our leave then. I can't remember. I don't know, it was long ago. I just remember. Oh, you know what? I remember one of the questions that I actually had a debate with my father and our teacher about afterwards. Because they were like... I'm trying to remember the thing. It was like a worm. They gave you like a dimensions of a book, like the book's front cover and back cover of equal length and are 2 millimeters wide. And the page is 0.1 millimeters thick. And each book has 100 pages or something in it. If a worm eats... And then there's like 6 books in a row. If a worm eats from the first page all the way to the last page of a last book, what distance would they have eaten through or whatever? I don't know why I remember this particularly so well. I don't remember what the measurements were. But I remember arguing with my teacher and Dad about it. And it turned out that they didn't realise it was from the first page to the last page. They did it from front cover to back cover. Didn't mean to get rid of that, but it doesn't really matter, I suppose. We're getting rid of all of them anyway. So then, I don't know. I guess I acted kind of smug about it afterwards. Be like, hehehe. I got it right. But I don't know, I just remember that conversation being like, no, it's this value. They were like, no, it's this value. And I was like, no, it's this value, I'm sure. And they were like, I'm sure. And then I was like, well, it was from the first page. And they were like, oh, or something like that. It didn't go quite so weirdly as that did. But, still. I think we need to move these pumpkins, don't we? All of these ones. To make way for the cliff. Which is okay, we don't need that many pumpkin starts. They unfortunately do not stack in our inventory. So we're going to have to move them one by one. So yeah, anyway. And then I remember them announcing the results. They were like... apologies, another pause. This one was much longer. I do not remember what I was talking about. There's something about the Maths Olympiad, wasn't it? I don't know. I started doing them in Year 7, I suppose. But much harder ones that you find in secondary school, I suppose. Because these, if you don't know, I use a selection criteria for International Maths Olympiad for the UK team. You get, actually I'm not sure if you can, I can't remember, the ones you do in the lower years are slightly different, because they're not really selection criteria, they're more like for, I don't know, warming up, getting you ready for it. I wonder if we dig a cliff on this, it'll get rid of the path underneath. Oh, it does. That's quite nice to know. Okay, so how do we do this? How do you want to do this? Where... The first one is just diagonal, okay. Noted. So it's going to go like... this? I believe. And then we're going to have to figure out what we're doing with this river. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we're actually going to have to move all these pumpkins. Where should we move them? Where do we have a lot of open space right now? How close can we plant them all together? We could plant them just like over here. By Lily's house. Or where Savannah's house used to be. Let's do that. Oh! These are organised by colour. Interesting. So let's do orange, yellow, white, green. How about that? Just to sort it out, and we can get rid of a lot of these orange ones because we don't need that many. How many should we keep of each? Should we keep like... Let's keep 5 of each. That seems like a good number. So we'll do that. Yeah, I can't really remember the ones I did in Year 7 all that well. Did I even do it in Year 7? I don't know. What I remember is when you do it, like, I think everyone in the school is forced to do the first round. Or, like, you might as well, like, we get, like, a day off math class where we just do a maths test instead. So, some people that's like, ugh. And some people it's like, yeah. It's like, yay. Both because, yay, it's fun to do it if you're good at it, and yay, it doesn't matter if you're bad at it. And you don't care, you know, that sort of thing. But when you do it, and then a few weeks later, they post all the like leaderboard, like they post everyone's scores publicly, just like outside the maths classrooms, in order from top to bottom, and you can see everyone's cut off who got what medals and whatnot. I always did rather well. I think in the first few years I wasn't like top of the year or anything, because I didn't have much experience with Math Olympiads or anything like that, so I didn't really know what I was doing. But in later years I started getting a lot better. Like I was still near the top, I think. In the early years. I don't really remember. And I'm just assuming I am. I was. Maybe that's too overconfident on me. Perhaps. But yeah, I don't know, it was a bit weird. Entire situation. I definitely don't remember, like, any questions from those Olympiads. Well, I suppose you can go look them up yourself. Go search UK Maths Olympiad, and then whatever years you want. Have a crack at them yourself, if you're so inclined. If you're not so inclined, nah, don't. Oh, we need to get rid of his ramp as well. I didn't expect to be working on the winter part of this so frequently. I guess that's what happens when you're working on the Rainbow Trail. Not frequently, so soon. It's probably the word I meant to use, but I didn't for some reason. Skipped a pumpkin there. I don't know how the criteria goes is maybe it's like starting year 9 is when you do the proper senior maths challenge. Oh yeah, that's it. Year 7 and 8 have like the junior maths challenge, and then there's the senior maths challenge from year 9 onwards. Maybe. No, there's the intermediate maths challenge from years 9 to 11. I mean years 12 and 13. That's it. Has a senior maths challenge, and the senior maths challenge is one very useful criteria for selecting for the UK maths teams. Which I don't know, because if you do well in the previous rounds, you can always go to a different, like a further round. Like in the junior maths challenge, it's like is it the kangaroo papers? I can't remember. That seems right. Grey and pink kangaroo. Maybe we need to plant more of these pumpkin ones so we can get green and white pumpkin sprouts. I had to make a note of that. So these orange. Alright, let's keep 6 of each one. So this is orange. Is this yellow? Yes, this is yellow. That will be watered. Was it the kangaroo papers? I actually can't remember. I think it was kangaroo. Is this white? This is white, okay. The kangaroo papers were the later papers for the junior maths challenge. I don't remember what they were for the intermediate. No, maybe the kangaroos were the intermediate ones. I know this is not at all important to you, but now it's really bugging me. What were they? We only need green and white ones now. Do we have enough in inventory? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Yeah, we definitely need to plant some more pumpkin starts to try and get some green and white pumpkin plants growing. Just so we can get them in equal amounts, and then proceed to never use them, as the case may be. That seems to be how it's going right now anyway. Only a single green pumpkin left. Do we even need another green one? I believe so. That's probably why we got so many orange and yellow ones. I didn't realise they actually had rarities. I mean, it does make sense for the orange one to be most common, seeing that's one you actually need for recipes, but then you need the other ones to customise, right? Very touch and go at the moment. Stop, start, even. Oh yeah, touch and go. Wrong phrase. No, that's not what I meant to do. I just want to sell these pumpkins, okay? I have too many pumpkins. Take them off my hands. Maybe we should have bought more of the starts when they came to town, huh? Could have been useful to get more colorations up in there. But our amazing little pumpkin farm which we made is now no more. It's kaput. Such a shame, but we have plenty of enough pumpkins to last us through the next 5 Halloweens or something. And then we can start working on the right side of the rainbow trail. Hopefully. And then, I don't know, I guess we'll start working on the top right area or something. I don't really know. Anyway, why don't we round off this episode here? So if you have been watching, thank you very much. This has been Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, and subscriptions are greatly appreciated. And if you want, join my Dear Darling Discord down in the description below. Hope we can see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.